So E3 2021 is upon us, and that is immensely exciting for all of the community. The spotlight is almost certainly going to be shining brightly on some of the biggest upcoming games such as Halo Infinite, Starfield, Far Cry 6 and Nintendo's follow-up to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that just scratches the surface of what we'll be seeing on June 10th to June 15th amid the E3 2021 schedule. But with that excitement comes its own confusion. E3 2020 was cancelled due to the pandemic, and instead we had a series of events that stretched across the entirety of last summer. Thankfully, E3 2021 has been condensed into a 5-day window, which includes some major first-party showcases, dedicated indie events, and various streams from publishers like Capcom, 2K Games, and Square Enix. With all that said, you'll still probably have a lot of questions regarding how the digital events are going to play out, and that's where I come in. Throughout the week, I'll be giving you some live streams, some exclusive gameplay, and of course some trailers of the biggest showcases that will be coming from E3. From the first joint conference of Microsoft and Bethesda to Nintendo's highly anticipated E3 Direct, this week is going to be insane. Now, a handful of people and YouTubers that I know will be going live showcasing these events, so of course go and watch them, as it is important to catch up on this information. And then after, come back to my channel because I'll be giving you guys all the breakdowns, big announcements, and of course the gameplay reveals. But first off, let's just give you a breakdown of what is actually going to be happening in 2021. So on June 10th we have the Summer Game Fest kickoff, and this is at 2 PM ET and 1 PM Central Time. Now, the E3 related festivities begin 2 days prior to the actual show itself with the Summer Games Fest kickoff. Now, this is organized by the Game Awards Jeff Keighley. Now, and the show promises plenty of world premieres, a day of the Devs Indie Showcase, and performances by artists like Weezer and Japanese Breakfast, who is also composing the music for the upcoming indie game Sable. Now, given that Summer Game Fest kickoff isn't beholden to any one publisher, expect a wide array of announcements ranging from radical indies to massive AAA spectacles. Rumors are swirling that we might even get a look at From Software's Elden Ring, an update on PlayStation projects, and even an appearance by Keighley's pal Hideo Kojima. And given the caliber of reveals we've seen at the Game Awards in the past, our expectations are very high for this one. And then on June 11th we have Koch Primetime. Now, the showcase is at 3 PM ET and 2 PM CT. Now, Koch Media has slowly become one of the most fascinating companies in video games today. A subsidiary of Embracer Group alongside the likes of Gearbox and THQ Nordic, Koch is best known for its own Deep Silver division, which includes the developers of games like Saints Row, Dead Island, Metro, and Timesplitters. However, Deep Silver got its message out ahead of the reveal by confirming that none of its games or studios will be shown at Koch Primetime or any other E3 2021 event. That leaves us wondering exactly what it is that Koch will be showing off during its own showcase on June 11th. Perhaps new studio acquisitions, or even the formation of some new indie label, similar to how Take-Two created Pirate Division as its own indie publishing arm. Then on June 12th we have the big Ubisoft Forward conference, and the showcase is at 3 PM ET and 2 PM CT. Ubisoft generally makes a big splash at E3, and things seem to be no different for the 2021 schedule. Now, it's already been announced that this event will feature updates on Far Cry 6, the soon to be renamed Rainbow Six Quarantine, Riders Republic, and upcoming Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLCs. These will come alongside a look at Ubisoft's film and television projects like Apple TV's Mythic Quest, the upcoming Werewolves Within movie, and hopefully some Assassin's Creed TV stuff. Now, in terms of surprises, there's the possibility that we will see more from the Prince of Persia The Sands of Time remake, Skull and Bones, Beyond Good and Evil 2, or Maths' pair of ambitious projects in the Avatar and Star Wars games that the studio is working on, and we might even get a look at this new Assassin's Creed VR game. Now, of course, no Ubisoft E3 would be complete with us hoping for a new Splinter Cell, or perhaps a sequel to Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle for Nintendo Switch, but we are almost 100% certain that we will be seeing another Just Dance game. Then on June 13th we have the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. Now, this is at 1 PM ET and 12 PM CT. Now, perhaps the most anticipated gaming event of this summer is the joint showcase of Xbox and Bethesda. With this being the first E3 since Microsoft acquired them, the parent company of Bethesda, we are all eager to see what this new gaming Voltron has in the work. As far as locked Xbox go, we're certainly going to see a lot from both Halo Infinite as well as Bethesda's Starfield. Halo has a lot to prove since it was delayed from the launch of the Series X after a rough opening gameplay reveal, and given that this November will be the 20th anniversary of both the original Xbox as well as Halo Combat Evolved, now's the perfect time to show off how Master Chief has grown. Likewise, the long-awaited Starfield has gained so much hype over the past few years, despite giving us literally nothing but a short teaser trailer 3 years ago. It'll be great to see what the next big RPG from the folks behind The Elder Scrolls and Fallout have on offer. But with this showcase running 90 minutes, there's likely to be much more than just those two massive tentpoles. Psychonauts 2 seems to be nearing the finish line, Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to the Xbox Series X soon, and all signs point towards a Forza Horizon 5 reveal with a full release date. Perhaps we'll see some updates from the likes of Avowed, Fable, Perfect Dark, Hellblade 2, Everwild, State of Decay 3 and the Indiana Jones game, as well as news on what studios like the Coalition, Compulsion and Arcane are working on. Couple this with news on xCloud, additions to Game Pass and new third-party partnerships, and it stands to be a major moment for Xbox and one I'm sure we are all looking forward to. And then on June 13th at 3:15 PM ET and 2:15 PM CT, we have the Square Enix Presents conference. Square Enix is one of many third-party publishers showing off games during E3. Its event is confirmed to include updates on Babylon's Fall from Platinum Games, Life is Strange True Colors, and the Black Panther-centric War for Wakanda expansion to Marvel's Avengers. Alongside these will be the reveal of a new project from developer Eidos Montreal, which has been rumored to be a Guardians of the Galaxy game. One interesting note about this showcase is that aside from Babylon's Fall, there were no mentions of any other Japanese developed games. These include the Final Fantasy remakes, Final Fantasy Forspoken, and any other Kingdom Hearts related games. Square Enix could be playing its cards close to its chest. Perhaps the games will show up at other showcases throughout the week, or maybe we'll be seeing them later on in 2021. And then on June 15th, we have the Nintendo Direct E3 2021. This is at 12 PM ET and 11 AM CT. Now Nintendo will be capping the final day of the E3 schedule with a Nintendo Direct focused on roughly 40 minutes of info focused exclusively on Nintendo Switch software, mostly releasing in 2021. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence, so the software comment leads us to believe that the heavily rumored Switch Pro hardware update won't be at E3. Whether we see that before the show or sometime later on in the summer remains to be seen. And the next bit about it being mostly games released in 2021 is good news for folks who are worried that this fall will be looking a bit light following the past year and a half of development disruption from the pandemic. Of course, Nintendo is always one to show off a few games that are further on the horizon, like Splatoon 3. We're almost assured to get an update on the follow-up to Breath of the Wild, as well as other plans Nintendo might have for Zelda's 35th anniversary. And that's Cap's pretty much out of the bag regarding Atlas showing off Shin Megami Tensei 5, which might be hitting Switch this November. Alongside this are big questions surrounding already announced games like Bayonetta 3 and Metroid Prime 4, the rumored Metroid Prime trilogy, and whatever might be coming up in franchises like Mario and Donkey Kong, and perhaps the long-awaited reveal of an expanded Nintendo Switch online library that includes Nintendo 64 games. All of this coupled with the 1-2 punch of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends of Arceus points to a massive E3 showing from Nintendo. So this has just been a quick breakdown of what to expect from the week of E3. We're gonna get some big announcements from Xbox. We're gonna get some big announcements from Ubisoft. We're gonna get some announcements from EA. This is going to be exciting times for gamers out there. Now, one thing you may have noticed that I missed off the list was of course PlayStation, and that is because PlayStation are not attending E3 this year. This is sort of a big deal as at the moment PlayStation have the big hitters that everyone wants to play. Now, will they be doing their own big state of play to showcase the new games later on in the year? More or less likely, so just look forward to that. And then of course we have EA, which will be doing their event as well. But guys and girls, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I want you to comment down below what game you want to see premiered at E3 2021, and also let me know why. If you enjoyed the video, then a like is greatly appreciated, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest games, then smash that subscribe button down below for the latest and greatest updates. Now I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.